DINYL Nation, DINYL Dialysis is not your life nation. Listen, it's Monday. It's a new week. Also, Second Chance family, welcome. It is a new week. It's a new day, new goals, new dreams, new desires. It's time to go after your hopes and dreams of what you want and desire in life. Listen, today, this is it. Welcome, baby doll. My wife is on. Listen, I love you. So glad. Thank you for an awesome weekend. Guys, I'm excited today. Welcome with Motivation with Fred. I'm Fred Hill. This is Motivational Sessions for the kidney disease dialysis community to be educated, empowered, and motivated to live your best life. To understand all because you're on dialysis does not mean that your life is over. You can still live a full, awesome, fulfilled life out loud. Get your sex life back, your groove back, your drive back, go after your goals and dreams. Even if you have been diagnosed with kidney disease, listen, your life is not over. There are ways that you can, things that you can do to prolong so you don't see dialysis. Listen, so we're excited. That's what this session is all about, to teach and go. Listen, my name is Fred Hill. If you don't know, I am a kidney transplant patient. I was on dialysis myself. I'm the founder of Dialysis Not Your Life. Listen, follow us on dialysisisnotyourlife.com. Subscribe to the YouTube channel and check us out. So we're excited. Welcome everybody that's on today and those who will be coming today. This is October. Cancer Awareness Month. So this month we want to celebrate all the survivors, all those who have survived cancer. For my mother passed away with cancer, so I do understand the fight. And so those who have overcome, you won. Listen, we want to celebrate you today. And for those who've lost loved ones to the battle of cancer, like me, and I lost my mother. Listen, we want to remember those who've lost loved ones with cancer. And so this month, we want to recognize and we want to love on and we want to remember this month. And we want to give to the Cancer Society to kind of help find the cure that is needed so that your loved ones can live, that we can help others. So give. And so today, as I just said, I want to dedicate this motivational session to my mother, Mary Hill. She died when I was 9 years old. So listen, and trying not to cry. I love you, Mom. Your boy's doing good. And I'm just excited to be and share with the world, to motivate the world, to let you know that your life is not over, that there's so much more to live for. And so today's session, we're going to talk about dare to be great. Man, I'm excited about this today. Dare to be great. Dare to be great. Tell yourself, I'm great. I'm great. So listen, we're going to have this quick commercial. We're going to come right back and get right into this.
Dialysis is not your life. The book and workbook by international author Fred Hill is available on Amazon.com. The power to redefine your life while on dialysis. Dialysis is a second chance at life. So what are you doing with this chance? I know that dialysis is challenging. I was on dialysis for 3 years, hemo and peritoneal. But you can still live a high quality, fulfilled life while on dialysis. You can get your energy back, your confidence and sex life back. Still go after your dreams and live your life out loud while on dialysis. The book teaches you that dialysis is not the end for you. It is possible to live and enjoy life. The workbook takes you step by step to make it all a reality. This book and workbook are helping and changing the lives of dialysis patients across the globe. So go to Amazon.com, order the book and workbook, and get your life back. Life is waiting on you.
All right, we're back. We're gonna get into this to the session. I'm excited today. Dare to be great. Now, to today's session, and I want to be directly to the individual, those who are watching right now. If you know someone that's maybe dealing with dialysis, this is not just dialysis, whatever your circumstances may be, should not define your life, because you have the power over it. And even though we may be going through something, you can still be great. And so I dare you today. That's what today. Dare to be great. And dare, the definition means to have the courage to do something, to be brave enough, take the risk, to have the nerve, to be bold as, to go out on a limb, to understand. And I broke this down into my own definition, to defy or challenge yourself, to have the courage to do something, be something, or have something beyond your current situation. And that's what I mean when you cannot allow your circumstance or your situation, your right now situation, to define your life. You got to dare to be greater than whatever it is that you're facing, a dare to be greater than whatever you've been through, dare to be greater than what they said about you, even what you said about yourself and the negative things that have been said, that have been done, even your own mistakes of the past. You got to dare to be great, to move beyond that and no longer identify yourself or identify with the past, but to understand, to use that as a stepping stone to go up higher than where you are. And looking at great means of an extent, amount, or intensity considerably above the normal, or the average. And so when you daring yourself, you challenge yourself to do something beyond your norm. And so you're challenging yourself to do something above the average. And so when you look at your life and what you're going through, it's not about you comparing yourself, but understand the normal things. And so I broke this down. I don't want to ever be average. I don't want to ever be mediocre. That's the mindset that can have, and you will always be where you are. But when you dare to be great, they're saying, I'm going to moving, doing, going, and believing beyond the average of everyone else. Now, I'm not trying to compare or belittle, but to understand, it says, and even your own comfort zone. So coming to a place where I'm not trying to compare myself with anyone. I just don't want to be in the average. I don't want to look like everybody. I don't want to act like everybody when that thing is the negative. When it's the negative, no, I'm not looking for that. I want more to my life. I want more to my marriage. I want more to my health. I want more to everything. And see, what this session is all about is that I want to change your mindset, that you desire more out of life, no matter what it is or what you're in, not to be boxed in by your circumstance or be boxed in by your situation, but you can dare to be great. This is what I wrote. Dare to be great, to have the audacity to be or become the exception. There it is. Dare yourself. Have the audacity to be or become the exception. Exception means this: a person or thing that is excluded from the general statement, everybody else, or does not follow a rule of what is supposed to be because of the circumstance or because of the situation. Let me break it down a little bit more, because it's a thing to where a statement to say a product of your environment. And so I can only use myself because I can only talk about me. Because the growing up in the environment in which we were in, growing up in low-income houses, growing up where roaches and you may see rats inside the house, growing up when there was no food in the refrigerator, and you can go wherever and everybody was seeing to go through the same thing. Nothing against food stamps, but everybody was on the food stamps because that was the product of the environment. And so understand, it's easy to say that I'm going to be just like that because that's the environment in which I've come out of. Understand, growing up, I had a probation officer. I got in a whole lot of trouble. But understand, a lot of the friends that I grew up with, they're dead or in jail right now or just getting out. So understand, there had to be something in me to say, listen, I don't want this life for me. So I've got to be the exception. I don't want to end up in jail, and I don't want to die. I don't want to live a life of poverty. I don't want my children to grow up with bugs and rats in. I don't want to be in a place of low income when the government determines where I live and what I can eat. Wow. No, no, no. I want to put that in my own hands. Let me be the exception. I don't want to be a product of my environment or to become a statistic. For me, let me go back again. My dad was in prison when I was young, 5 years old. And then my mom died at 9. So statistically says I'm supposed to be in jail. I'm supposed to rob. I'm supposed to be a bad person. And the sad thing was I was on my way to be that statistic. But it had to be something in myself to say, statistics say this about everybody. The rule says this, that if there's no father in the home, and if your mother is dead, then this is going to be your life. No, I'm going to be the exception. So what about you? What about you? Things transferred through family, through your genes. I'm saying sickness and poverty and divorce and mental health. Everybody in my family, polycystic kidney disease, those who were before me, they all died. My grandmother, my aunt, my sister, my cousin, they all died. But when it came to me, I thought I was going to die too, but something inside of me said, no, I don't want to die. I've got to be the exception. I'm going to live. And because I chose to be the exception, please hear this. My uncle just got a kidney about a month ago, so he's not dying. My brother, he's on dialysis, but understand he's on the list for a kidney disease, for a kidney. Understand he's not going to die. My sister, she's doing all the proper things in her life now so that she will never see dialysis. She will never be, because I chose to be the exception. What about you today? I can keep going on of losing my house, losing cars, losing health, losing money. But it came to a place to say I could be that depressed and never get myself back, and understand it was all my fault. Wow. But yet I had to choose within myself to say, Fred, you're going to be the exception. I'm not going to remain in poverty. I'm not going to remain depressed. I'm not going to remain sick-minded. But there must be something to say, I'm going to be the exception. In other words, everybody else except me. Yeah, everybody else except me. So what about you today? What about you today? What about you today? And I love this, because when you make the mind, or you make the decision to say, I'm going to be the exception, because you're already facing the problem, and understand that problem is going to speak even louder. Bills are going to rise up even more. It may feel like you're getting sicker. The marriage may get worse. Whatever that is, because it's going to try to be the deception or the distraction to make you feel that you can't do it. But I want you to know this. You cannot quit. When you quit, that's when you lose. When you quit, that's when you give up, and it's over for your life. So you cannot quit. You've got to be in a place and to understand that, listen, even though you might lose, and things may seem like it's been failures, things may seem to get worse, but listen, stop beating yourself up because it didn't work out. Stop beating yourself up because you took a loss, or it may have failed, or didn't go the way you wanted. Because remember, you're daring to be great. So at least I'm not sitting on the sideline or just waddling in it. No, I'm daring to be great. So when I step up and I do, it might not happen the first time. You might not get there the first time. Situation might be hard the first time. You say, well, listen, I'm going to create my own job. I'm going to start my own business, and it might fail the first time. But all because it failed and it seemed like it's a loss, you can't count it as a loss, because things not working out, loss, failure, all of these are learning lessons. So don't quit. You got to challenge yourself, and you don't change your goal either, but change the plan. There it is. Go again, but plan a different way. Don't give up. Don't give up. Don't give up. Don't quit. Don't quit. Let me say this, because listen, Benjamin Franklin, I'm just going to call a few, Colonel Sanders, and every other inventor, whether it's medicine, whether it's technology, whether it's furniture, whatever it is that they've created, what would the world look like, or what would the world be like if they would have quit the first time, the second time, the third time, the fourth time, the fifth time? but they continued until they got it right. To understand, I love this about Benjamin Franklin. He said, failure taught me how not to do it. So it was a lesson until it clicked, and now we got electricity. So what about you? What about you? What about you? Never quit. Let's go to a commercial and we'll be right back.
Being diagnosed with kidney disease or being on dialysis can be devastating mentally, physically, and emotionally, not only for the patient but for their families. Reset Life Counseling LLC is here to help you through the mental stages of uncertainty. Our program is designed to teach coping skills, social care, grief counseling, and life skills to help the patient, their families, and caregivers learn more about their roles and countermeasures of kidney disease. Our goal is to counsel, coach, and empower each client to regain their health and redefine their lives. Fred Hill, the founder and CEO of Reset Life Counseling LLC, is a former dialysis patient. He is a kidney transplant recipient and an advocate for dialysis. We have individual, family, and group sessions available. Go to dialysisnotyourlife.com and click on resources to find out more, or call 864-256-1591 for a free consultation. It's never too late to reset your life.
All right, we're back. Daring to be great. You cannot give up and you cannot quit. You cannot throw in the towel all because it's hard. That's part of the process of being great, that you got to face it and you got to go and you got to win this thing. I think about David and Goliath, to understand that David was, I'm not trying to preach, but David was anointed to be king. And so understand, Saul was was on the throne at the time, but then Goliath shows up and says, give me a man. So give me a man, one-on-one fight. And whoever wins, the other would be the slave to the other. And so if David was anointed to be king and he put his kingdom in the hand of somebody else, Goliath was his problem. Goliath was his challenge. And in order for him to be great, understand he had to face the giant. He had to face it. But understand, this wasn't the first giant that he faced. He beat the lion. He beat the bear. So what about the things that you've already won in life? What about the things that you've already overcome in life? What about the things that challenged you, that you thought that you might not go, that you're not going to make it, but yet you overcame? So looking at your life right now, man, I'm excited today that you cannot give up because you've won before. It might not have been the challenge of what you're facing right now, but understand, if you had the strength to win back then or yesterday, you got the strength to do it now. So you cannot give up, but you must challenge yourself on every level and not waiting on everybody else to do it, but dare yourself to be great. In other words, I'll be greater than whatever it is that's before me that's trying to stop me to get to the greatness beyond what I see. So you've got to be the exception. Now listen, all week, this is what I want you to tell yourself all week. Everyone else, everybody else except me. That's what's got to be in your mind when you're looking at, I'm going to get my credit right, but nobody else. Listen, everybody else but me. Nobody else getting jobs, everybody else but me. Seems like everybody health going bad, everybody else but me. Doing the work, being great, facing it head on and winning. And even if it fails the first time, go again until you win, until you reach the goal, until you reach the dream, till you got it in your hand, till you have the keys to it, to when you're driving it, or when others working for you, whatever your dream is, when you lose the weight or when your body gets healthy, whatever that dream is, face it and be greater than the obstacle before you. Why? Because you can. You were created to win. You were created to win. I'm going to say it like Dr. Miles Monroe. In order for you to be here today, you had to win 500,000 to 1,000,000 sperm cells going to impregnate one egg, and you won. You won. That's why you're here today. So that mindset has got to be inside of you to say, hey, I'm a winner. Now, let me say this here. So get out of your own way and go and get your life. Go and get your life.
Many life insurance companies consider kidney disease or being a kidney transplant patient a high risk and will not provide coverage. But there's good news. If you're in South Carolina, North Carolina, Georgia, Maryland, Virginia, or New Jersey, you can be covered with whole life insurance. Not only for kidney disease, but many chronic illnesses are now covered. Call 864-316-6124 to get the coverage you need. Give your loved ones the assurance they need knowing you are covered.
Okay, we're back. Listen, get out of your own way and go and live your life. Life is waiting on you, and it's up to you to go live it. I just want to give a shout out and thank all those who are on the session today. Tamara Walker, Velvet Sanders, Audrey Mills, Stephanie Hill, my wife, and others. Listen, I thank you. Please share this with someone. Let them know whether they're on dialysis or not. But if you see someone or know someone, it seems like their circumstances are overwhelming them, give this to them. Tell them to get the book so they can come out victorious no matter what. Dare to be great today. And remember, everybody else accept you because you're the exception. You guys have a great week. We'll see you on Monday. Be blessed. Bye-bye.